Okay, so we're writing vlogs weeks 10 and 11 apparently. Oh wow. For year 2020. And we got a couple things to talk about. The first thing is, we already know my job is pretty much shutting down March 31st, 2020, which ultimately gives me more time to write. Hypothetically speaking, that's what it's supposed to do, but now with the coronavirus, we don't know what's going to happen, because apparently my county is shutting down for the next 14 days, and that started Friday, March 13th. We're on March 15th. Okay, so March 13th, we got the announcement late at night that the whole county was shutting down. Only essential, basically only retail stores can be open. It's like grocery stores. Malls are supposed to be closed. Movie theaters are supposed to be closed. Wawa still manages to be open because they have gas. Emergency services and limited government officials. Now, I'm work for the government, so we don't know how this is gonna play out, to be honest. But I'm supposed to be out of work in 12 days. So now we all have to play it by ear, because I don't know what the state's gonna come up with, because technically I work for them, but I don't think I'm essential to be on the phone, but we'll see. So, again, I'm still planning on filming my last day there, so I'll keep you guys posted, unless of course they decide, I'm not filming inside the office because I'm not allowed to, but like I said, we'll just play it by ear. Now, on that note, I am having the worst time with rewriting my second draft. I read through this book, and part of my brain's like, you're fine, you don't need to rewrite this. The other side is, you should take this scene out. You need to change the names. You need to change some parts of the setting. And I had to listen to this side of my brain and said, because when I reread this, I was like, okay, it's fine, but some parts don't make sense and some settings don't make sense, so I need to redo the scenes. And I'm going through this thing where I start to get into the writing thing, and my brain goes, no, we're not doing this. And I have to overcome that. I already did an author 2 tag, which will be posted. I don't know what to do. Oh, jeez Louise. If you guys have stuff in the comments you want to tell me, that'd be fine. But I feel like I'm losing it when it comes to the second draft. And I think it's the stress of not only the coronavirus, like the coronavirus pretty much, and I'm not going to blame it all on the virus because we all knew it was coming, but this lockdown, I think it's going to give people cabin fever before we all know it. And it's an adjustment, but it's fine for me. I don't mind being home, especially with my Twitch schedule, which is only on weekends. I'm not doing during the week unless, of course, if I find out I got a job or whatever at that point. I mean, if I'm not gonna have a job for a bit, by that point, yeah, I'll just start doing more Twitch during the week. But I still have the writing schedule, still have the podcast schedule, but geez, the point of being restricted, I think, is the problem. The mental state in my head is, I'm being restricted and I don't like it. My body wants to rebel, my brain wants to rebel, and that's, I'm jittery. And that's just not the case. They're, doing things for our public health. We just have to get over it, and just go from there. Now, the other thing, this, I was just checking my page real quick. The other thing is, with the loss of work, the second draft, the whole thing is to get me motivated back into writing. I'm planning on doing the Spring of YA Booktube. Now, that's another tag on the list that you think that's going to add, and I know some people are going to put in the comments, LC, don't you think you're adding on a little too much with your podcast, your Twitch streaming, and your rewrite? No. You know why? Because I need to get back into reading, and I haven't been reading like I normally would. So, because BuzzFeed just released an article, where did my list go? Oh, here it is. Because BuzzFeed listed an article of 25 YA books to read, which I have here, most of which are going to be open in May. I already have some YA books I need to get through anyway. I figured let's make it the summer of YA so I can review and read them. Not only because for one, I want to read them. Two, I want to challenge myself because I'm not good at the YA thing. I always kind of hated it because I would predict it and go, this is basically go. That would be me. I wouldn't know a real book. I would probably throw my Kindle out because my Kindle has a tumble-proof thing on there, but it was like, okay, I already know what's going to happen. This bores me. No, the YA thing, the summer YA is a big project I want to do, and it doesn't take out of my writing schedule because I'm trying to write two to 3 hours a day. You know, give my brain a break, maybe come back to it hours later if I feel like it, or work on it the next day. So I'm still kind of doing the write every day thing, but I'm also doing the thing where my husband's game, I just hear destruction. But also I get myself into motivation for romance scenes, because YA does have pretty good romance scenes, I will say. Not just adult romance, but you'll see, you know, what happens. But the first one, it's probably not going to start until no, it's going to start in April. I'm really on the fence. I was on the fence at first for reading this chick because I did not like Throne of Glass, but I'm going to read Sarah J. Maas's Crescent City. I know you see the advertisement. I already bought the book. I'm probably just going to zoom in a little bit. Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood, which is an epic new series. I'm gonna read this and we'll see what happens. This is my Kindle. It's actually tumble proof, and it comes with a little thing where I could just sit it up like this, which I've never really done, but I just kind of keep it out like this. And then I have the screen thing on here, so I've yet to really just, you know, I've had this thing for a while. Plus I have a Kindle Oasis somewhere in here, you know, as a backup. Someone gave me a Kindle Oasis, so I kind of kept it. You know, if something were to happen to this one, I could at least use the other Kindle, which is the Kindle Oasis, which I didn't like as much because it's so heavy and I have to do like this, or I can do this, but I prefer the Kindle Paperwhite. But that's a whole text story for another time. But the point is, I'll have plenty of books to read. You know, I'm going to make this the spring/summer of YA for a BookTube episodes, and you know, hopefully I get them done within a 1 month. I want to say 1 month, depending on circumstances that I might control. Family, I might not always get through all the books, so you know, I'll at least be able to get through some of it. So we're gonna do the spring/summer YA challenge. Now the good thing is we do have libraries. You know, there are 2 or 3 libraries I can easily drive to where I can rent some of the books. Some of the books I can't rent, so I have no choice but to buy them. Now when I say I have no choice, it's not like I don't support writers. It's just that some books I go, why did I spend $15 on this? This book is terrible. And that's how I feel about those particular books. Like, there's been certain books I've bought and I've read it. So when it comes to YA, I get a little irritated because I get like I said before, the cliche thing, and then I get really irritated with myself for buying it. So I try to go to the library and get the book, and if the book is good, I will buy it myself to support the author. But at first, if I find the book kind of sucks, I'm probably just gonna, you know, take it back to the library and send it back. But because those new books, the first book of the series I want to start reading doesn't get published until May 5th. Like, there is one book, The Shadows Between Us by Trisha Levenseller, I also want to read. That's out now. I'm gonna have to get that on Kindle. I just hope to heaven that it's not terrible. And yes, books, like, libraries now have ebooks, but this particular writer is not on the ebook list, so I couldn't, you know, read her. So I'm gonna buy her on Kindle. But first thing I'm gonna do is read Crescent City. Get through Crescent City, do a review on that, then do The Shadows Between Us. Actually, what I should do, because I was planning on doing before, I'm gonna do this book, and this will actually push me towards May, hopefully, because I have Sarah J. Maas's book Crescent City on file. I accidentally bought her. I didn't mean to, but it kind of happened. So I'm gonna read Crescent City, The Shadows Between Us, and if I have time somewhere during the YA month, because I already bought the hard copy of the book, Children of Blood and Bone, I'm gonna read that. I've been determined to read that, so I'm gonna read that, and I'll keep you guys posted and updated, and I'm gonna do a BookTube review of the books, and we'll go from there. So that's week 9 and 10. No, 10 and 11. We're in 10 and 11. I had to look over my list. 10 and 11. I have so many jitters. There's a lot going on, you know, with my MacBook dying, but I have to find a way to, you know, get rid of files, really old files, you know, take those off. I also have to deal with the fact I might lose my job faster than I thought it was because of the coronavirus outbreak and the lockdown. But, you know, and then there's the fact that my husband still has to go into work because he works in mental health. He works with clients who are mentally handicapped, so he has no choice but to go in and help these people. And there's a fact that he could get exposed to the virus. Not from the clients, but you don't know where you're going to get it from. It could be from one of the nurses, for all you know. So there's that. And on top of that, you know, there's just so much going on that, you know, this video is probably going to be shorter than my normal videos because I would go rant and ramble. But, man, this has been a stressful last 2 weeks. Well, this week and next week are going to be stressful, so we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys posted, and I will chat with you guys again soon. Bye-bye.